The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. An op-ed in the New York Times by Tanya Gold says, Harry is a more interesting prince than we deserved. She writes, the urge to fictionalize Prince Harry is addictive. He is not the first royal to give evidence. Anne Boleyn was tried and executed in 1536. In 1891, the future Edward VII testified that an acquaintance had cheated at the card game Baccarat. But he is the first to go to court to seek revenge for his life. For now, he seeks it against the media, but he will get to the rest of us eventually. Harry is determined to define himself and not to be, in Hilary Mantel's description in her essay Royal Bodies, a panda, expensive to conserve and ill-adapted to any modern environment. In this refusal to be the prince we wanted or deserved, he has become something far more interesting. Like his mother, Princess Diana, Harry has been an instrument all his life. The Windsor family is Britain's national pantomime, and he was cast at birth, long before he could give consent, to be the shade to the sunlight of his brother William. The newspapers chronicled his childhood, his parents' love affairs, late-night telephone calls and hatred. They photographed his mother as she lay dying in a tunnel in Paris. They filmed Harry as he, aged 12, walked behind a coffin at her funeral, his presence necessary to protect his father's reputation. Even the British media wouldn't heckle a faithless husband in front of his son. As a teenager and young adult, Harry's every error was noted or leaked. When he smoked cannabis, his father reportedly arranged for a visit to a detox centre for heroin addicts as a short, sharp shock. And then the story was leaked and his father spun it as his rescuer. Harry chipped a bone in his thumb, and it was news. Then he married Meghan Markle, and when she was abused by the British media, which happens to all women who marry into the family, but this was a racist, classist, and xenophobic variation. He did something sensible and loving for his new family. He left Britain. Even to the sympathetic, Harry can seem ridiculous. He is a panda, and pandas don't usually fight back, and for the moment he thinks he can be meaningfully feminist and anti-racist while embodying inherited wealth and power as a royal duke, which is absurd. But Harry is brave and he has found his battlefield. I think if he could, he would bring it all down. The monarchy, the media, the whole awful dance. We did not have his consent. For that, he will have his revenge. An unnamed friend of Harry told the Sunday Times Harry is free of the royal way of speaking with caution. The friend said, he's free from the shackles of that mentality. In Meghan, he has found someone supportive of that stance, and he's emboldened by that. But the bigger picture is that he believes there are some very significant wrongs that need to be righted. Newsweek pointed out Harry has been trying to have it both ways, arguing that one should not have their private details revealed, and then doing the exact same thing to Charlotte in his own book, Spare. Newsweek spotlights Harry's witness statement to the court, however, issues a damning indictment of the impact coverage had on his life. For example, a 2002 Mirror story about him getting glandular fever, known as the kissing disease, left him miserable. It's one of those infections that had a huge stigma attached to it when you're a teenager, his witness statement said, which is exactly what the article itself is playing on, and the impact on me was huge. Whenever anyone got it while we were at school, they would be teased endlessly whenever people knew, and this article made sure the whole country knew about my diagnosis. However, in Spare, he revealed that Princess Charlotte cried when she tried on her bridesmaid's dress for the first time, publicizing her private emotional experiences when she was aged just 3. He wrote, Charlotte's dress is too big, too long, too baggy. She cried when she tried it on at home, Kate said. The Daily Beast picked up on one aspect of Harry's case that could have ramifications. Towards the end of his lengthy statement, Harry declared, our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom. Speaking to the Sunday Times about the comment, a royal source said, the palace will find that extremely difficult and uncomfortable because you can never fully separate yourself from the institution, and it would have raised eyebrows on both sides of the park, at Westminster too, not least because it wasn't necessary for the core of his case. But it only underlines the wisdom and importance of Elizabeth II's decisions taken at Sandringham, the family summit in January 2020, that you cannot be half in and half out. Those decisions are now the royal family's insurance. When one of his members continues to break with convention, they can point out that he is speaking as Harry Windsor, not as the Duke of Sussex, working member of the royal family representing the nation. Then there is the deep irony of a member of the royal family talking about how the country is judged around the world, which is often by and through the royal family. It shows a deep misunderstanding by him. Another source, described by the Sunday Times as someone who knows Harry well, says, "I think he's been sitting in the California sunshine for a long time, hanging out with James Corden, and has lost all the instincts on how to do this, how to conduct himself carefully, still as a member of the royal family. He's lost the knack of what he can and can't say, and there is no one around him to say, 'No, Harry, you can't say that. Take that bit out.' It's embarrassing for him and for Britain, for a prince to be saying, 'We've got a shit government.'" The article then mentions a source we referred to earlier in the week who said, "The king brings Harry up every time I see him. I don't think we've moved past sad and bewildered, but there's a bit more frustration at his behaviour because it just keeps going." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Hey, I want to introduce you to a new sponsor, and you know we love our sponsors here at Palace Intrigue. Let me tell you about AG1, a daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports your whole body health. And stay with me on how you can get a really sweet deal just for Palace listeners. I gave AG1 a try because it's one easy-to-mix drink I have every morning, and it's packed with 75 vitamins, probiotics, and whole food-sourced nutrients. I was tired of taking all the pills and supplements, and with AG1, it's all there in one easy drink. It makes me feel like I have more energy, better gut health. It's even healthier for skin and hair, and it tastes great. Plus, AG1 is delivered every month, so it's easy to make it a daily habit. With their travel packs, you never miss a day. Just mix it with ice-cold water and you're set. It's that simple. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. It's a pretty sweet deal. Just go to drinkag1.com/palace. That's drinkag1.com/palace. With AG1, taking good care of my health is that simple. Check it out, drinkag1.com/palace. Palace Intrigue is proud to have some really good sponsors, and I'd like to talk about one of them now. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Stay with me and I'll let you know how to get 16 free meals. This summer, HelloFresh is here to take the work out of eating well. Reach your goals with delicious, calorie-smart and protein-smart lunch and dinner options, plus new vegan recipes too. It's such a drag searching the supermarket aisle for all the ingredients to healthy meals when HelloFresh can do it all for you in a couple of clicks, and you'll find it's even 25% cheaper than takeout. Now's the time to be outdoors, having fun. Stop wasting time working in the kitchen. Need dinner ready like now? Look for quick and easy recipes on the HelloFresh menu, including fast and fresh options ready in just 15 minutes or less. Like the other night, I put together their bratwurst bar with caramelized onions, Dijonnaise slaw, and pineapple relish. Delish. It took no time at all. Go to hellofresh.com/palace16 and use code palace16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/palace16. 16 free meals. That's a steal. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. A childhood drawing by King Charles with mummy written on it is among items up for auction today. It's not a drawing of an actual mummy, but rather a sketch of Queen Elizabeth. Fox Business reports childhood drawings by King Charles III of his mummy and papa have been discovered after 40 years. The drawings from when Charles was 5 show both parents in grand attire, with the Queen wearing a striped dress with purple tiara and red earrings, plus holding one of her iconic handbags. The drawings are expected to fetch between $6,300 and $13,000, and are set to go up for auction on June 16th by Hanson's Auctioneers. The drawings are part of what is said to be an extraordinary royal memorabilia collection, including royal letters, family photos, Christmas cards, and a 1937 Buckingham Palace manuscript menu diary. Recently, a sweet letter written by King Charles to his granny in 1955 when he was only 6 years old sold for thousands at auction. It read, "Dear Granny, I'm sorry that you are ill. I hope you will be better soon." The flip side of the page reads, "Lots of love from Charles." Underneath the large, neat handwriting is a childlike mixture of colourful doodle art and kisses. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, or your app of choice. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.